Okay, so good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this is a bit of busy schedule for you. Others was telling me,
Mm-hmm.
and thank you so much for accepting our proposal for the podcast. So this meet will be actually a recording. We'll be sharing it with the students, and it will be uh, for their knowledge and whatever the talk we are going to do over here. It will be useful for them for our upcoming batches, UG 3, 4, and everyone, whoever is going to watch this podcast.
Oh, that's
So
great.
before we take further the podcast, I would like to give introduction to the watchers over here that we have Nitish Reddy sir. He is a associate data scientist at Primera Technologies, and he is also an alumni of our college and recently passed out in 2024, right? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he has also been an LLM intern in the same company. So yeah, this is the thing. And Nitish sir, over to you.
Hmm. Okay. Greetings, everyone. Yeah, firstly, yeah, you don't need to address me, sir. You can call me by or something.
Okay, okay. I'll try. I'll
Uh,
try.
hmm. Recently, yeah, I'm a 2024 graduate. I can say graduated because I'm going to get my degree in this January convocation.
Okay.
Okay, let me give a quick intro about myself. Hi, I'm Nitish. I'm currently associate data scientist in Primera Medical Technologies. I worked as an NLP intern in the same company as well. Previously, I worked as a computer vision freelancer in a US company remotely called Psychic Technologies. Um, Currently, as a data scientist, I work with in the NLP domain with some generative AI and LLMs mostly. Yeah, and it's like mostly working with technologies like Pandas, Python, and OpenAI, Azure, OpenAI, and there are some Linux servers as well. So we usually develop in that one. We will be talking about that later. I and apart from that, I'm also a research student in IIIT Sri City as a honors. I had taken honors and successfully completed it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like recently, not recently, like in the past 2023 December, I had my published research paper in one conference, EDSC IEEE conference, which was held in the Tribetis City itself. Mm, so I usually attend some of the conferences and hackathons, and also I do some Kaggle notebooks as well. Yeah. So in this podcast, I would like to share some my experiences and insights with you in this industry and how a student can uh, gradually transform into a data scientist or kind of thing. So yeah, over to you, Satya. Satyam.
Thank you so much for your introduction, sir. Yeah, before we move further, we have Adi Rakesh Kumar Patel and Karthik M. Sharma. These both are the PR members of our club matrix. So, Karthik, Adi.
Hey, hi, Adi. Hi, Karthik.
Hi, Divya. Uh,
Okay. So, moving before the work at Primera and everything, let us just begin from the beginning. So, you're a currently data science associate at Primera Technologies. Now, my
Mm-hmm.
first question to you is that what brought you into the field of data science? Like,
Mm-hmm.
considering the time of 2020, you started your college life at 2020, right? And if we think about 2020 and around 2019 time period, ML and data science were having a bit of uh, like up. They had a demand of these skills, but the thing is that maximum people in our college they move towards development, as you know, right?
Yeah.
In the web development, in the app
Mm-hmm.
development. So, what brought you into this field of data science and artificial intelligence?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go to that year 2020. For me, for our 2024 graduates batch, it's first 2 years been online for us due to this COVID.
Hmm.
And as you said, the AML took off really with the introduction of ChatGPT only, like most villages and being known. But the developments have been happening since 2018. when the
Okay.
transformer was out. How I got into it, uh, the first thing, like I would like to say, I want to be unique from others as well. First thing, I prefer that way because I'm kind of that person. In third year, what I have decided is like I want to do some higher studies or go to some higher graduate school so that I took kind of that career path. So I took a honors. I had chosen the honors as my next thing. So I need to get into this AML field. I'm not gonna say like I had interest before joining this college in AML field, but as most of us, I think being unique, I need to get into this AML field so that I will be different from my parts. One
Hmm.
thing in our college doesn't do is like they don't have Python curriculum in our college. So most of us won't
Okay.
be. If you want to get into the AML, you need to learn some basics about the Python.
Hmm.
So in the before third year summer, I fortunately got to learn some Python basics. As I know that I'm going to take some honors now. So after coming into this field, I had developed the passion for this AML. I don't say I was into AML early, but after coming into this honors and AML, then I become passionate about this thing.
Okay. So, specifically coming to your honors, like you had done honors under which professor?
Under Rakesh Kumar Sanjay, sir.
Okay, Rakesh Kumar Samnijay. He's a fabulous professor. Okay.
Mhm.
So, sir, how did you get into Primera as an LLM intern? Was it on campus during your placements time in the seventh semester, or did you apply it through off campus or any other means?
It is an on-campus only. It came for recruitment during the month of March of the placement season. I was
Okay.
fortunate enough, like there was not much competition in like the data scientists available in my batch, and so like yeah, this interview happened 2 rounds, and I got selected in it.
Okay, so what is the procedure of Primera hiring at our campus? Because I have been seeing there are 4 to 5 seniors who have been placed in Primera even this year as data science and LLM interns. So could you just
Mhm.
bit elaborate on the part that what Primera is expecting? Because as far as I have researched about the company, this is a US based healthcare company, right? So,
Yeah.
what are their expectations from freshers, and what are
Mhm.
they expecting? What skill set do are they expecting from freshers in this?
Mhm. Yeah, this is a good question. From a freshers like our triple IT student, they are expecting to have some basic Python knowledge and also into the NLP field because what we deal in our company is a medical data which is in the text form only, like a string mostly.
Okay.
We won't be dealing with some computer vision technologies or OCR. Some OCRs will be there, but mostly they want us to be excelled in this NLP, like what are the tasks in the NLP machine translation. No machine translation, but he will be asking questions related to NLP only during the interview process. Like about some might ask about some attention mechanism in transformers or some OpenAI related, like what is the context length of the OpenAI one model given mono model? What is the parameters of some open source model? These are some questions. I was interviewed during my time. Like I got some of these questions, and like first there will be some Python coding question as well, and the second round would be easy, a managerial round. You'll be asking some basic behavioral questions.
Okay. So it's majorly it's kind of a thing what you have ever put in your resume. That is what they're going to ask you over there, right?
Basically, if you're applying for this job, the data scientist, you need to keep some AML related projects only, na? So he will be touching the projects as well.
Okay. Coming to the projects, sir, what kind of projects do they expect? Like, as you mentioned, they are asking students related to NLP and everything, right?
Mm,
So, uh, as far as I have done the work in this field, what I feel is that, we have a platform called Hugging Face.
mhm,
So, how much I have researched into the companies JD is that various companies JD is that they are expecting that we should be able to, pre-train a fine-tune model or just create some application using LangChain or something. So is it something the same like that? Like exactly what kind of project are you doing, if you don't mind telling it?
Yeah, it is always good to keep some keywords like LangChain or Hugging Face, not keywords, but doing real world projects on these technologies will always be great. But most of the interviews I was after happened like after Primera. During my conversion from intern to full time, I have given some interviews to some of the major companies as well, like Zomato. I have given for Zomato as a generative engineer.
So was
They
that on
want,
campus?
no, that's off campus.
Okay, that was off campus.
Uh, they are like mostly interested in some of the basic understanding of your life. They'll be examining you the theoretical concepts of your machine learning algorithms or a traditional NLP techniques rather than using a LangChain or some frameworks and do just calling a OpenAI. They want you uh, to know the theory behind pre-training or fine-tuning or loss functions and etc. But it is good, like some of the startups will keep in the requirement description, job description, to have some of these technologies worked with, like you have mentioned like LangChain or Llama Index or Hugging Face. Hugging Face is okay, like everything what you do as ML engineer, you want to keep it, you want to maintain a repository in Hugging Face, right?
Hmm.
But these LangChain and Llama Index are like a frameworks. Like without frameworks also you can code. Like it is a basic RAG approach only, na. You can give the context on your own using some database. There is no need of
Right.
frameworks in some cases. It will. It is for to make you to easy. The framework is there because to code easier. No code platform kind of thing. I would say, yeah, you keep it, but you solve the real world problem. What project you're doing, it should be solving some real world problem and should be unique from others, like not a copy paste thing or GitHub. Most of us will be taking or inspiring the ideas from it.
Hmm.
It's the whole thing. Like in the research also, we'll be reading some other research papers, and from then you'll be collecting the ideas and you'll be getting a new idea.
Okay.
It's the same process.
Okay. So what the students have to focus considering Primera is that they should have a strong base with NLP techniques, right? The
Mhm.
base NLP from the traditional word embeddings to the attention mechanism to LLM pre-training and instruction tuning and all the scaling laws and everything, whatever we have. I think they are expecting that, right?
Not that too complex. Traditional NLP techniques, I would say the count vectorizers, before
Bag
this
of words.
transformers, bag of words, yeah.
Okay, okay. So before transformers and before transformers, they are what expecting. Okay.
Not
Sir,
Primera, in general, I was saying.
in general, in general.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sir, coming to Kaggle competitions, because this is one of the questions where I get a very mixed response. So, how important is to maintain a Kaggle account, and what is the importance of Kaggle competitions right now? Because considering the time 4 to 5 years back,
Mhm.
people were telling, yeah, just go in the Kaggle competitions and just make a lot of projects over there. You'll get a
Mhm.
habit. Even now, some of the people suggest that for learning any of the concepts, you just go through the Kaggle notebooks. But not much people tell about, not much, but yeah, some of the sample of people, they say that rather than making on Kaggle, you can just take a project from it and just push it on GitHub and everywhere. So the hype of Kaggle is reduced according to me. What
Yeah.
is your views upon this?
Okay. Yeah, as you said, the hype of Kaggle has been reduced.
Hmm,
I haven't also maintained some good account in Kaggle because I had done one competition in Kaggle, which is recently related to LLM. Before
okay.
that, I was just to make an account. I was going through. I just used Kaggle for searching data sets in that, uh,
Hmm,
basically. And there are some starter notebooks like to get into ML algorithms and all. You will be learning some decision trees, example, starter code given there, and there are many algorithms, starter codes available in Kaggle. Uh, yeah, before that, like you can't copy a Kaggle notebook and keep it as a resume project. That is what I was saying before. In resume, it has to be a unique kind of unique, like it is only solved by you. So these Kaggle notebooks, you can solve it, or you can do Kaggle to learn something new. And there are so many other uh, data scientists who do Kaggle daily. Like even in our company, some colleague will actually work on some Kaggle to solve the real world problem. So I just want to tell about my competition and why it is important to do some of these Kaggle competitions. It's basically like I'm interested in doing some hackathons as well. So before this company, in college, I usually participate in hackathons.
Hmm.
But recently, I explored the Kaggle with this competition called Math. Um, like homework need to be solved by an LLM. Math homework should be solved by LLM.
Okay.
It is in the Russian language, and
Hmm.
this problem is brought to me by another colleague. So I thought, why not explore some open source LLM to do this. So for that, I tried with some prompting techniques, and that didn't work out because we want some more reasoning, so just prompting won't be working there. So I have used some tools like sandbox. Like you need to convert the path problem into a Python code. That Python code will be executing in a sandbox Python interpreter, so that it will be giving an accurate result than when compared to the prompt. So
Okay.
by doing this, I got a leaderboard rank of 55. I
Hmm.
thought, oh, this is competition. It is a worldwide leaderboard now. It's good to get some scores. Out of 100 problems I solved, my solution is able to solve 55 questions.
Okay,
But
that was great.
someone could explore the Kaggle notebooks. That's for fine, but you can't copy that to keep in a resume. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, coming to some of the relevant projects, according to you, what should be a typical project of a particular student? Let's say that I have studied NLP, I have studied about LLMs and everything. Let's say that if you are a recruiter, you are coming into the college next year or after that, what projects will you be expecting from a fresher in their resume? Like, okay, there, I understand, yeah, they should make some unique projects or something, but what is the key element which you will be expecting in that unique project?
Okay. What I thought, like as a student, if I think I'm a student,
Hmm.
then I might take this problem and I might keep it in my resume. The problem is like in the nearer restaurants, there will be some biryani hub near Tree City, and there are some Swati restaurant and kind of thing. There is some menu as well. I want a chatbot to give me suggestions based upon my budget.
Mhm.
Will I be able to incorporate this whole menu into could the knowledge of this whole menus of these all restaurant could be incorporated into this chatbot? You need to look into this kind of real world situations, and can we solve this problem, so that you will be exploring some more other approaches while doing this, because this could be an SQL to like a text to an SQL problem, because those menus are in like tables. Otherwise,
Tables, yes.
or first you need to do the OCR on the menus, because the the menus are not in a structured format, so you encounter a lot of them. But this is a complex problem to a normal third year or second year. But any problem you're facing daily, that you can solve and keep it in a resume. And some projects not need to be like this. Like some projects could be academia related only. I had kept a project related to attention in LSTM, because before transformers there is attention mechanism already there in the research community.
Yeah.
So I have kept the attention from scratch with LSTM.
Hmm.
I have this could be an academic problem, so that in interview I will be able to showcase my skills related to LSTMs and attention mechanisms, so that they will be knowing about my skills there. There is no need to be always a real world problem. You can just do some academia projects as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. So, coming to the on-campus placements in our college,
Mhm.
you know what is the situation right now. And yeah, I would like to ask a common question. I have been asking in every podcast. I just want your view upon this. How
Mhm.
important is DSA for a specific person who is going into the field of data science and artificial intelligence interview for a fresher? Like, how much DSA should the specific fresher know? In the data science, I'm asking from a data science point of view.
Mm. See, this data science will also be coming under a branch of a computer science. Being a computer science graduate, you should be having a DSC knowledge, at least arrays or strings. Uh, this level of DSA up to stacks and queues, which is like minimum, bare minimum.
Hmm.
For even data scientist, you want to pursue with the scientist solution in some startups, you will be deploying these solutions in the companies.
Okay.
So it is good to know some backend technologies as well, and it is good to have some DSA grip so that you can switch to other companies, because some high grade companies like high standard companies like Fang and Mang, they usually ask DSA only.
Hmm.
Even this Zomato, they will be keeping a 4 rounds interviews specifically on DSA for data scientists as well.
So 4 rounds and DSA.
First round is like a screening where they will be asking on your projects and skills of related to generative AI.
Okay.
They later they will be asking DSA, I guess. I haven't been there. I
Okay.
wasn't. I've been only one interview to Zomato.
Okay. So, sir, coming to the off-campus companies, how what is the procedure of applying in this off-campus? And you have got selected. You have got selected in the first round in Zomato, right? So your resume must have been screened, right?
Uh, hmm.
So, what is the approach? What is the typical approach of applying companies off campus? Because nowadays, what is happening is that personally, I have been facing this, and many of the students are facing is that uh, LinkedIn, when you apply on a particular startup or a particular company, some of the companies are like, okay, if you want to go to the next round, you have to pay a specific amount of money to us. Let's say, yeah,
Really?
1,500 fees. Yeah, 1,500
Uh-huh.
fees, 2,000 fees. Maximum
Mhm.
companies. If you even come on uh, Naukri platform and everywhere.
Mhm.
So they are asking a bit of ransom. So what will be your approach on applying on these companies?
Okay. Let's talk about this LinkedIn only. I was not going to touch about other platforms related to Naukri or Internshala thing. Internshala you basically do for internships and kind of thing. Naukri is like they will be approaching, the company HRs will be approaching to you. The profile is visible to all of them, and they have to approach. In LinkedIn, it's different. The easy apply in LinkedIn won't be working. It is like a just easy thing, but it won't give you any outcome. So you don't easy apply, but instead you need to go to career portals about the job openings, or you need to scroll through the posts
Okay.
where there will be some managers will be posting the recent openings in their companies. Most of them I got screened or when I fill a Google form, or when I mailed the HR or a manager regarding the post seen in the LinkedIn
Okay. Directly to their mails, right?
to the mails, or they
Yeah.
have keeping the Google forms about the job opening. So I have filled some Google forms and I mailed them. Uh, and referral is also a good great way. So through connections only you can enter the corporate easily to a company through referrals or some connections.
Okay.
Mm.
Any advice to the on-campus students who are going on campus?
For if the on-campus or placements are good, when compared to, like, what I was trying to say is focus on-campus only basically, because the competition outside which is in the market, it's like it, it might be very hard, but in campus, if you're having some good CGPA and you're confident that you're having enough skills,
Hmm.
then the competition is very less for you, and you might get into some good packages or good companies if the college is bringing some good companies. So first focus on you need to parallelly do both, I would say. But I haven't done parallelly. I have neglected the off campus, but
Hmm.
I should have tried applying for off campus during my fourth year time.
Okay. Okay, sir. So that was about the placements and everything. Now coming to your work at Primera, like you're
Yeah,
currently data science associate, right? Associate data science. So what is your work as an associate data scientist in the company?
yeah. I'm an associate data scientist. Before that, I was an LLM intern.
Yeah.
So I worked with training some BERT models for a token classification thing. I fine-tuned an LLM Mistral 7B for our specific company use case.
Yeah.
And
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. So the fine tuning of LLM section. So how do you fine tune this? Through the Hugging Face only, or you just take it from the scratch and
not take it in the scratch. There is a fine-tuning package given by this Mistral itself.
okay.
When they introduced the Mistral 7B version 3, the
Hmm.
version 3 comes with a different tokenizer. So we need to follow their approach only. So they have given one GitHub repo to how to fine-tune this model. So we followed that, and the data preparation is only one task we need to do. And the data preparation task is the challenging. It's basically fine-tuning is easy nowadays. Doing some
Yeah, yeah,
tutorials or notebooks, following some notebooks, you can do. But how, what data are you showing to, and what data the model should be visible, that you need to monitor. Like it should be balanced. At the same time, you need to generate the data in a large way. We have used some synthetic data generation techniques. Like we used like GPT 3.5 to generate data, to generate some synthetic or hypothetical patient data,
yeah.
and from then we are extracting some entities which we required through the LLM.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so majority of the work is around fine-tuning and preparing these models, right?
mostly nowadays it's related to RAG and prompting techniques. Like in companies, like in organizations like us, they won't consider about some cost, like using OpenAI and the cost which is related to tokens.
Hmm.
They don't consider it they consider it as a cost, but with the amount we are generating, like with the revenue or automation tasks we are doing, it is negligible to them. So now what we are mainly focusing is on prompting the GPT 4 Turbo, and using some RAG techniques to incorporate the accurate knowledge in them, like in knowledge graphs, and other vector databases which are scalable in an organization like this. But our organization, many organizations would love, would would like the on-premises models, or more they will be more focusing on the security aspect of this as well.
Okay.
So it is good to know some open source models and also the prompting techniques and the RAG techniques. That is what I'm saying.
Okay. So coming to the RAG techniques, you mentioned about knowledge graphs. So we know that there's a boom of agents, tools, and everything in the
Yeah.
market currently.
Mhm.
So could you please tell what are some of the agentic frameworks apart from LangChain, if any, where we can create these agents for incorporating it with our AI systems?
Yeah. So, LangChain doesn't provide agent, but there is from LangChain there is a land graph.
Land graph, yeah,
Okay.
land graph,
Uh,
yeah.
Land graph is an agentic framework where you design your agents in a graph data structure way. The one we are not using any agentic framework in our organization currently, but there are some no-code platforms like DeFi, and from Azure only. I think there is one Autogen. Autogen is
Hmm.
also one popular one.
Okay,
Like these agents were not directly into the production. They can't directly go because there should be some human in the loop kind of mechanisms, and we are not exposed the frameworks are just in an early stage, which we can't directly take that and use it in the production. We are still
okay,
exploring some options, but the land graph course which I had done from deeplearning.ai is actually good, and you can, it's basically the agents, what they are trying to do is like they want to try a complex task which is
hmm,
not done by a single LLM, but with a group of LLMs we can solve that complex task using some tools and function calling, etc. The main thing in this agents are function calling. They will be talking, these LLMs will be talking each other, and they will be solving a complex problem.
Okay.
Land graph
All
very
right.
good. Mm.
Hmm. So, coming to the fine tuning again, where we basically train the model for a specific task, we know that we require a lot of GPUs for that. We
Mm.
need resources for that. So, there is a talk about distributed training nowadays, which is going
Mm.
on, that you should train your model in a distributed fashion. So, for the freshers, is distributed computing, distributed training much important as of now? And coming to a data science point of view, where we have a lot of data, so if
Mm.
we have a very huge amount of data, we go to the platforms like PySpark and everything. So how important is that for a fresher to begin with?
I haven't explored the PySpark, but I will answer the first part of your question. I think the distributed training is not that relevant to a fresher because first you need to uh, uh, for getting hands-on on a distributed training that would cost so much credits or resources. You need to for being a fresher. I think that is not an important um, uh, like being a fresher. I think this normal fine-tuning will be great in a huge GPU
Hmm.
if they are
Okay.
okay with it. Distributed is like a complex and you need to have multiple GPUs. That's the basic idea of it, right?
Mhm. Yeah. All right. So this was about the fine tuning part and other LLMs. Now, now the next question is the upcoming trends which you are observing in the industries. Like, what is the scope of the agentic frameworks and fine tuning, and what do you expect from, like, what are you expecting in the upcoming trends from the companies, like where the freshers should focus more on in AI?
Achha. Um, yeah, recently these agentic frameworks are taking off. We don't know like this will be a success in most companies will be taking it or not, but the theoretical knowledge of a transformer and some how the prompt techniques will be relating to the theory of a transformer. Having the basic knowledge in LLMs and the ML field would be enough for a freshers. Anywhere you go, these were the fundamentals. Upon fundamentals, then you can build so many things.
Okay, so at the end, it's just stick to the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
So, recently, one of our seniors who had joined Primera, they told us that, like, are just senior, like one of your juniors, they had mentioned about ML ops in the interview part of Primera. Like,
Mhm.
they were expecting that a student should be able to monitor the data science end-to-end application using technologies like ML Flow and DAGSub.
Mhm.
So, what are your views upon this?
Yeah, end to end. After getting into the production of your problem, of your solution, you need to able to maintain your code in the production as well. So MLOps basically deals with it's a combination of DevOps and ML. There are some frameworks you mentioned, ML Flow, which is related to only ML, uh, but it should after like our freshers, we will be doing internship and then going to full time, getting converted into full time. So there is no need to learn all these things before joining. You will be getting
Okay.
to know how to maintain a server or um, how to maintain your code in the in the production. So yeah, there is not that is not much importance given to MLOps, but yeah, if it is okay, then we will consider it. Like,
Okay. So the next question is that what are the biggest challenges for a organization when they are adopting to any AI or machine learning technologies, and how can they overcome that thing? Like, let's say if there's a new adaptation which is going to come in the market, how the employees in the company and adopt to that technology, and how difficult is it, or how easy for some people is it to adopt it?
yeah, a new technology, it's what happening in our organization as well. Our team, the data science team, it's been only 1 year for us,
Hmm.
and the sudden boom of this generative AI. the managers are not able to cope up with the technologies outside going on, what's going
Okay.
on the outside. It's like you need to have some awareness. What technologies does this solve, or what it doesn't able to solve.
Mm,
This kind of awareness will be um, should be required in organizations, and it is the main key challenge. Like some might think like this AI or this GPT will do anything or everything, but that is
mm,
not in reality. We could
mm,
It is just a content creation. It can generate text, what you ask, or it can generate some images, but some reasoning task it was able to perform to a limit.
mm,
The key challenge is like which problem comes under which, like can this be solved by generative AI, or can normal machine learning approach can be solved. It could is enough for this. And if they are thinking in that way, it is a key problem in them. There is some problem in knowing understanding the AI. Like some might say, there is some simple example, like suppose you want to assign some tasks to some workers there.
yeah.
It's basically auto assigning, and some manager comes and say, we will introduce this AI into this. We will say AI auto validation, but there is no need for AI there. It's just a
Okay.
round robin thing, a round robin approach. You can just auto assign based on the workers kind of thing. And
Okay.
even
So
with which can
yeah.
be solved by BERT encoder only model, they are solving it the GPT. Like GPT have become like a uh,
Overhyped.
person. Like GPT is like another person who can do anything. What it asks, what can be prompted.
Okay, so as you mentioned that the managers and the other higher position people in the company, they're not well aware of the recent technologies.
Like
And
most of the
mo
companies, they have to
most of
adapt
the
and they need to aware of the technologies so that
Yeah, so as you mentioned that some of the people are not aware of these technologies, and let's say that you are adapting this technology as you are a technical expert in the company. So how hard is it to communicate with the manager who is not aware of this specific technology, and how hard it is to convince that specific person that no, we should go in this play. It's not like as you said that they are telling us to do the things with GPT, but it can be done through an easy BERT encoder model, as you mentioned. So how
mm,
hard is to convince them that we will be taking this approach. This is more cost effective or less time consuming.
okay. Like past 1 year, it's been like with the introduction of generative AI, all the senior position managers or whatever positions being there, they are looking for a low hanging fruit.
Okay.
Suppose there is a new project came to a organization or to a team. What managers are doing, like this can be solved with GPT. We don't consider any other approaches. We just get the low hanging fruit, and it is the easiest way. Instead of training BERT and keeping a lot of effort in it, BERT training or fine tuning, we can use GPT with just a prompt so that it will be able to give. It's like a faster iteration where you can keep it in production in a few days as well. But explaining to it a manager, we can manager who has awareness about this, he can understand like fine tuning a BERT is actually might improve the accuracy than a GPT solving it with a prompt. If he is able to understand well with given some we can better to it, and if we convince him, usually we can't convince managers. Yeah, but it's depend upon their awareness and all.
Okay. So I think we have covered majority of the portions which we wanted to discuss with you. A final few questions, sir.
Mhm.
Let's say that if a specific student, like I would like to tell the scenario of our college where UG1 and UG2 students has actively started to come into this field. Like UG1 student
Mhm.
is coming and asking me the things about machine learning. And
Mhm.
as you said that you had started the things in your third year after taking your honors, just before taking your honors. And
Mhm.
personally, me and my friends, we all have started this journey of data science from the mid of the third semester.
Okay.
So the upcoming batches are really getting active into this because students are
Yeah.
really active from the first semester itself. Usually, we think
Mhm.
that it is the first semester; it's time for us to enjoy because we have
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
come through the JE time period. So let us just have some time of enjoyment. But students are not like that. Maximum, not everyone. So, what will be an ideal roadmap if you could just concisely tell us in a summarized form that from Python to transformers, what kind of technologies should a fresher learn for applying into these jobs? Let's say that I'm a beginner into the data science field.
Okay. It depends upon one individual's interest, I would say. For
Yeah.
me, the roadmap I unknowingly followed is like I had looked into this deep learning course by Andrew Ng in Coursera. This is one like mind-opening or eye-opening thing for me.
Okay.
The deep learning it belongs to only deep learning,
Hmm.
and there are some other courses by Andrew Ng as well. So first, the you asking about roadmap now, I could suggest some, but it mainly focus it belongs to individual personality as well. First, I would say learning the Python is the key fundamental for a data scientist. With Python in hand, you can look into some machine learning because in the curriculum as well there is some machine learning and PR some pattern recognition courses.
Yeah.
Learning those fundamental algorithms in machine learning would open would would give some insights a lot what this machine learning about given some data we are actually predicting or classifying it into something. So there will be knowing the whole pipeline of this ML with these basic algorithms only how data is important and what this data can be done. So with some machine learning algorithms in with knowledge, we can move on to the deep learning. Otherwise, one can move to the reinforcement learning, which is a subset of a ML.
Okay.
Reinforcement will also boom in the future, maybe. Otherwise, you can come into the deep learning. With this deep learning, uh, you can go into computer vision or NLP based upon the knowledge you gain from and the fundamentals you have. So
Yeah.
at the lowest level, it's basically max. One who understands this, all the algorithms are basically max, probability or statistical.
Probability, linear
Uh,
algebra, and everything. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sir, are there any other specific sources apart from Andrew Ng's course? Any blog platforms or where did you refer? Any other YouTube channels you would like to tell the
I
juniors?
would like to mention this YouTube channel, StatQuest. You heard about it? Most
Yeah,
of
I heard
them
about it. Mathematics, yeah? Yeah.
a statistician. He is a statistician from some American university. I listened all the videos related to ML, the machine learning algorithms, starting from a linear regression to
Okay.
decision trees and XGBoost and all.
Okay.
With like even if you into the LLM only, you shouldn't be satisfied with like first you need to cover the ML basics, then only you need to move the deep learning part. So
Okay. Okay.
StatQuest is one thing, and Andrew NG is one thing. For learning some frameworks of PyTorch, there is one course in Udemy. I might ping you that later, which is
Sure,
useful.
sir. We will be sharing that
Yeah.
with the juniors. Yeah. One question was that in the frameworks related to deep learning, we have TensorFlow and PyTorch. So, what would you advise to the students?
It's like a question that always pops up in ML community. You can go
Yeah.
to any Reddit or any sub blogs. You will finding this. You'll be find this question. PyTorch, it's like what I heard is like basically it's a user friendly. You can just uh, if you know the forward pass, back propagation, loss functions, and all, that is what they will be. There will be few lines which is related to it, and you will be able to understand it very quickly. TensorFlow also they are with the Keras. I think it is also easy, but PyTorch seems to be more appealing to me, and I was guided to use PyTorch on this. So I
Okay.
would prefer PyTorch personally, but if you are not comfortable tensor, then you can't apply to Google and something because Google uses TensorFlow.
It uses TensorFlow. Okay. So that was it about the questions and answering round and everything, sir. Thank you so
Yeah, sure.
much for your time. Any last words for the juniors or any other for us itself?
Okay, conclusion. Okay,
Adi,
like uh, in first 2 years, basically you need to enjoy your college life. Like these 4 years are the memorable years for you, guys. And here and there you can concentrate on being a group of friends. You can concentrate on doing some hackathons, exploring some new problems, so that you will be knowing the latest trends which are actually going in the market. You can complete the courses which are recommended by ML community as well, not only me or some other guy. You need to research. From the scratch. Like, is this good enough to me? Like, if I'm going to do this kind of thing. Yeah, just chill and till you get fourth year, then you'll be only concentrating on placement. Till then, you just need to learn yourself and upskills then yourself. That is one suggestion I would give.
So, any
Get
plans for your, yeah?
and get the clarity of what you're doing, theoretically or mentally. You need to have some clarity of what you're going to do and what you're doing right now. That is one thing. You're saying something?
Yeah, so do you have any plans of further pursuing masters or anything?
I might. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
so
not
as of
sure
now, it's
about
just a job.
uh,
Okay. So thank you so much for your time, sir. It was great
thank
connecting
you
with you.
actually.
Yeah.
Uh, Thank you
Actually,
to all the
Adarsh was
Matrix team.
joining. Thank you so much, sir. Actually, Adarsh was also going to come into this meet, but he has been sick and he's been hospitalized right now. He had some food poisoning problem. He would be also in the meet. He was very excited. And thank you so much for your time, sir. It was really great to connect with you.
It was my pleasure being a guest to this podcast series.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir. Thank
Thank you, Captain. Goodbye.
you. Okay. Okay, sir.
Goodbye then.